And hello again, baseball fans, and welcome to David Story Field on the campus of Lower Columbia College here in Longview, Washington, as the 2017 NWAC Baseball Championships continue. Today, game number 9, an elimination game here, as the Lane Titans take on the Columbian Basin Hawks here at the tournament. Lane got to this contest by losing its opener to Everett 3-2, rebounded with another tight game yesterday, defeating Mount Hood 3-2 in 10 innings. Columbia Basin began the tournament with a 2-1 win over Tacoma, scoring a run in the bottom of the 9th inning. Then last night fell to Walla Walla by a score of 7-1. Lane, the South number 2 team with a 27-20 record, 17-7 in division play, and the Hawks are the East number 1 team, overall record of 35-14, and a division record of 19-9. Lane is the visiting team here this morning, the first of 3 games here at the NWAC baseball tournaments. At 2:05 this afternoon, Tacoma and Everett will meet in a losers out game. Then at 5:35, Lower Columbia College, the host team, will face Walla Walla. That is a winner's bracket game. Here is the starting lineup for the Lane Titans here this morning. Hank Forrest will lead off. He is the center field. Forrest leading off and the center fielder, followed by the second baseman Jaden Hanna. Hanna batting second and playing second. Tony Ortiz is the first baseman this morning for Lane. He is batting third. Thomas Rudinsky is the designated hitter. Well, they got him the catcher and the designated hitter here, so not exactly sure which one he is. I guess we'll wait to see what happens. I have one lineup that has Rudinsky listed as the catcher and another lineup as the designated hitter, but on the screen you see he is listed as the catcher, so we'll put it there. Colton Sakamoto is the left fielder. He is batting 5th today for Lane. Hitting 6th will be the right fielder, Bryce Mulcahy. Mulcahy batting 6th and in right field. Jimmy McDonald is a designated hitter. He is hitting 7th and DHing. Boone Cazares is the shortstop. He is hitting 8th, and batting 9th for Lane here this morning will be Henry Lovecamp. Lovecamp batting 9th, and he is at third base. So I'm going to change my one score sheet and put McDonald as the DH and Rudinsky as the catcher, because I think that's probably what happened, because yesterday it was flopped as Rudinsky was a designated hitter and McDonald was the catcher. They will face Columbia Basin's Hunter Moldrig, and he is on the mound taking his warm-up throws right now, going through the stats. And Moldrig on the year has appeared in 7 games. He has started 1, just his second start of the year, has a record of 2 wins and no losses, and an ERA of just 1.32. So very stingy ERA there. He's pitched 27 1/3 innings and given up just 10 base hits on the year. He has walked 8 and struck out 16. So the Hawks are the home team in this ball game. As you see them, they're wearing their white pants and the old style Houston Astro tops. If you remember the Houston Astros from the 80s, they had the white, and then they had the 3 stripes, orange, and I believe it was white as well. The Hawks have a light blue and a dark blue, and the 3 stripes along there. So kind of a retro back to the Houston Astros back in the early 80s. So we're ready to get this ball game underway, and for Lane, it'll be Hank Forrest, Jaden Hanna, and Tony Ortiz. Moldrig's turning on in. We're waiting for the first pitch, and it comes at 11:04, and it is down low. Dave Andrews says 11:05, so that's what it is. 11:05 first pitch, and it's ruled ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Hank Forrest. Here's the next pitch. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Forrest. Forrest on the season batting .283 with 2 home runs and 15 RBIs. Here's a 1-1 pitch, swing and a ground ball hit towards the second baseman. Backhands it, throws the first in time, and out at first base is Forrest. Elgin a couple of steps to his right, backhands it, makes a strong throw to Martin, and Forrest is retired for the first out here in the first inning. For Columbia Basin defensively, Isaiah Hatch is in left field. Center fielder is Griffin Hawley. Right field, Tanner Roundy. And that'll bring to the plate Jaden Hanna as he will step on in to face Molderig. Here comes the wind and the delivery. First pitch, swing, popped up. Right side of the infield, second baseman Elgin backpedaling, reaches up, makes the catch, and quickly there are 2 outs here for the Titans in the top of the first inning. That time Elgin just a couple of steps back onto the artificial turf in shallow right field, and Hanna is retired for the second out of the ball game. That'll bring to the plate Tony Ortiz. Ortiz, number 3 hitter, playing first base this afternoon for the Titans. Or is that number 29, and we become familiar with? And he will step in, and the first pitch to him is a fastball, strike 1. The ball's in a strike on Ortiz. Zeb Chamberlain is the third baseman for Columbia Basin. Michael Wyatt is the shortstop. McCain Elgin, as you've heard, is the second baseman. Alec Martin is at first. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball off the side of the mound into center field for a base hit. Ortiz, a solid shot off the front of the mound, skips on through, and Lane has its first base hit of the morning. So a 2-out single for Ortiz, and that'll bring to the plate the catcher, Thomas Rudinsky. So this will be the first time that we see Molderig working from the stretch, as Rudinsky taking off the shin guards. Now he'll walk to the plate. Rudinsky, the number 4 hitter for Lane here this morning. Winner will play either Walla Walla or Lower Columbia tomorrow. Here comes the first pitch, and he's taking all the way, and it's called a strike. No balls on a strike on Rudinsky. Depends how the other games go, determine what time the game is played and who the opponent will be. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, curveball, and he lays off it and misses low. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on the hitter Rudinsky. Colin Price is behind the plate. Ryan Sorensen is at first, and Chris Claflin is at third. That's your umpiring crew here today. Claflin at the moment patrolling second base on the 3-man. Here's the pitch, swing and a bouncing ball hit to Chamberlain. He's got it, throws across the diamond, and Rudinsky is retired for the third out of the inning. For the Titans in the top of the first, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. After a half inning of play, your score Lane 0, Columbia Basin coming to bat.
I was looking more into playing volleyball here, and they have a very successful volleyball program, but also I didn't want to be just a student athlete. I also wanted to be academically successful. I really like the relationship with the professors. All of my classes have been pretty small, and the professors I feel like genuinely care about you as a student. We went to Florida this past winter. It was for a coastal ecology class. Being outside, getting dirty, getting sunburned, doing a bunch of collections, I really enjoy it. I'm Kylie Porter, and that's why I chose C of I.
We're back here at David Story Field on the campus of Lower Columbia College in Longview as Columbia Basin comes up here in the bottom of the first inning. They'll send up the top 3 hitters, Isaiah Hatch, Tanner Roundy, and Michael Wyatt, to face Croson. Austin Croson on the year has a 5-2 record. He has appeared in 13 games. He has started 10 with 2 complete games, has an ERA of 2.07 and 65 in the third innings. He has walked 23 and struck out 73. Croson, the left-hander, the first pitch, and it's on the inside corner for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on Isaiah Hatch. Just underway in the first of 3 games here at Lower Columbia. Here's the next pitch, swing, fouled away. The count evens out at 1 ball and 1 strike on Hatch. Hatch, the leading hitter for the Hawks. He has a .370 batting average with 3 home runs and 27 RBIs. Croson is ready. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Hatch is retired for the first out of the inning. So Hatch fans on 3 pitches. Croson picks up his first strikeout of the ballgame, and bring up the plate for Columbia Basin, number 33, Tanner Roundy. Roundy, a right-handed hitter, steps in, and the first pitch from the lefty, swing and a miss, strike 1. No balls and a strike on Roundy. 4 pitches for Croson, 4 strikes. Definitely on early. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, shows the bunt, and it's fouled to the plate, strike 2. So Roundy trying to bunt his way on, fouls the ball at the plate, and the count will go to no balls and 2 strikes. Home plate umpire Colin Price walks the baseball out to Croson. And then he'll step behind the plate once again. No balls, 2 strikes on Roundy. Michael White, the number 3 hitter, waits on deck for the Hawks. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That one sails high. Ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Roundy. Roundy at .349 on the season. No home runs, 32 RBIs. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swing, fly ball hit to right field. Coming on in is Mulcahy. He reaches up and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So Roundy flies out to Mulcahy in right field, and quickly 2 up and 2 down here for the Hawks in the bottom half of the first inning. No score between Lane and Columbia Basin. Again, an elimination contest here at Lower Columbia College. Michael White steps in. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it away, and hit, sounded like top of the press box here for strike 1. No balls and a strike on Michael Wyatt. The shortstop this morning for the Hawks, and the pitch misses high, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Wyatt. Wyatt also above 300 as he takes the next pitch outside, a .324 batting average. And that includes a couple of home runs and 40 RBIs. The 40 RBIs leads the Hawk team. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, another off-speed pitch. That's outside. The count goes to 3 balls and a strike on Wyatt. Hawley awaits on deck for Columbia Basin. Here comes the 3-1 pitch, a check swing. They appeal down to first, and he went. So Wyatt will have to come back, take another cut. He was halfway down the line. He thought he held the swing, but the appeal down to Chris Claffin down at first, and he ruled him for the went around, and the count goes full. 3 balls and two strikes now on Michael Wyatt. Croson ready. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fastball swing, popped up center field. Backpedaling is Forrest. He's got room, drifts on over to his left, looks up, makes the catch, and Wyatt is retired for the third out for Columbia Basin here in the first. For the Hawks, a 1-2-3 inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After 1, Lane nothing, Columbia Basin nothing.
People often ask, what is it you do? I'm an Idaho Army National Guard soldier. But then again, it's not that simple. You see, I'm more than a weekend warrior. It's a continuous effort every day. Yeah, there's extremely long hours, but it's worth it. I love my job. It's like anything else. My profession is whatever I want to make of it. I get to do the incredible things most people dream of. The men and women I serve with are dedicated to being a premier force. It's amazing when you see my entire unit work together. When push comes to shove and we receive that order, we put steel on target. I'm always ready to be called upon to serve our nation. But in the meantime, I train.
Basin! Oh!
I serve and protect my neighbors while defending their right to freedom. I'm an Idaho community asset that stands among our citizens. The boundaries I once thought I had are continuously tested and broadened. So there you have it. People will not always know who I am or what I do. But that's alright, because I do.
Top of the second inning now for Lane, as Lane and Columbia Basin scoreless after one complete inning of play, and they'll send up Sakamoto, Mulcahy, and McDonald to face Mulderig here in the second. Colton Sakamoto, a left fielder for Lane, and he swings at the first pitch and lines it into right field for a base hit. Roundy quickly over to get it, and Sakamoto, first pitch swinging line shot into right field for Lane's second base hit of the ball game. That'll bring to the plate the right fielder for the Titans, Bryce Mulcahy. Mulcahy, another left-handed batter for the Lane Titans. Again, Lane does not have a lot of offense, as we've seen here in the tournament, but they have good pitching and good defense. Shows the bunt, then pulls the bat back as the third baseman comes charging down, Chamberlain. Now he might be rethinking that. Chamberlain was down about 30 feet away from home plate. Now he's back even with the artificial turf at third. We'll see if he comes down the line again, as Mulcahy showed the bunt last pitch. Shows it again, this time drags it up the first base line, but it's foul. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bryce Mulcahy. Talked about, again, Lane. Lane batting average is, as a team, is .243, which is 19th. Has only hit 9 home runs as a team, which is 20th. But it's their pitching that is great. Their ERA is a 2.56 ERA pitching, which is first. Here's the pitch, bounced foul at the plate, and the count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes out on Mulcahy. So expect a low-scoring game here, at least if you are Lane. And head coach Josh Blunt, well aware of the fact, trying to manufacture a run here early in the ball game. Top of the second, no score. And he's already bunting to try and get a guy into scoring position. But the count now 1-2 on Mulcahy. Here's the pitch, swing a ground ball, hit towards the second baseman. Charge there, flip to second for 1. Really on the first in time, double play. Elgin flips it to Wyatt. Wyatt on to Martin. And a 4-6-3 double play for Columbia Basin here in the top half of the second inning. And quickly there are 2 outs now for the Titans as Mulcahy grounds in to the double play. So 2 outs now. And that will bring to the plate Jimmy McDonald. McDonald, the designated hitter here this morning, has caught as well, but today he is a DH. First pitch to him is a fastball high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on McDonald. McDonald, a .221 batting average with 20 RBI, or 6 RBIs rather. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That fastball is high as well for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on McDonald. Temperature at game time, I believe, was right around 70 degrees. It is 70 degrees right now, so perfect morning for baseball. Here comes a 2-0 pitch. That one misses outside for ball 3. We expect good weather the rest of the day, tomorrow and Monday. Then it will change on Tuesday, which is fine for the tournament, because then it will be over and we'll have a team as a champion and we'll get all the games in. Here's the 3-0 pitch, taking all the way, and that's a strike. Well, McDonald's still having the count, though, 3 balls and 1 strike. We have had excellent weather here for the 13th consecutive tournament here held at Lower Columbia. 13 straight years that it's been here. And this is the best weather we've had that I can remember. And the pitch sails high and away for ball 4. So McDonald will go down to first base on the walk. Mulderig his first walk of the ball game. And with 2 outs, it'll bring up the shortstop, Boone Cazares. Cazares pitched in game number 1 and played shortstop yesterday, and again at the 6th hole today, batting 8th in the lineup, left-handed hitter. Cazares stands on in, and here's a pitch, and it misses high, ball 1. Cazares, a sophomore from Fall Creek, Oregon, and now Connor White's going to talk out to Mulderig, and perhaps he's got a mechanic problem early. As now we'll have the pitching coach come on out as well. I'm not sure which coach that is. Brent Wyatt has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different assistants, and I'm not familiar with who this is without seeing the numbers. And he'll have his say with Mulderig. And Connor White will trot back to the plate. And we'll get going once again. Count 1 ball and no strikes on Cazares. McDonald is at first base after a 2-out walk. And right now, Lane and Columbia Basin, no score with 2 outs in the top of the 2nd inning. Cazares steps back in. Here comes the pitch. And that fastball is outside. Ball 2s. 2 balls and no strikes on Cazares. Cazares, 227 on the year, no home runs, 14 RBIs. Goes through his motions, and now he's ready again. Here comes the pitch. Misses again. Runner at first base, McDonald faked going, and coming out of the crouch quickly was White. But McDonald stays, and the count now is 3 balls and no strikes on Cazares. Again, he walked McDonald with throwing just 1 strike. So far, he hasn't thrown any here. Here comes a 3-0 pitch. Cazares taking, and it's a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike on Cazares. Love Camp awaits on deck for Lane should Cazares keep the inning alive. Mulderig from the stretch. Here comes a pitch, swing, foul back to the screen, and the count goes full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. But now it's full and allows McDonald a chance to get a running start with 2 outs and a full count. And if Cazares can drive something into the gap, perhaps McDonald with enough speed to score from first. Not being held on, so he'll get a little bit larger lead as well. Steps off a couple more. There he goes, and here's the pitch. Swing, popped up. Foul territory, third base side, and out of play. Lands in the stands, as you heard the thump. And the count remains full of 3 balls and 2 strikes. No score between Lane and Columbia Basin. 2 outs, top of the 1st inning. Again, the winner will play sometime tomorrow. Loser packing the bags. Mulderig ready. There goes the runner. Here's a pitch. Swing popped up. Foul territory again. Might be playable. Nope. In the stands and out. Actually behind the stands and out of play. So the count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. McDonald once again will have to trot back to first here on the artificial turf. And we'll talk about Lower Columbia's new infield and dirt, which is not dirt, it's recycled material, and like I said, I've mentioned, it just sparkles while you're here watching the game. There goes the runner. Here's a pitch. Curveball inside, ball 4. So Cazares works a walk. Down to second base goes McDonald. So back-to-back walks by Moldrig. And now with 2 outs, there are runners at first and second for Lane. McDonald down in scoring position. And up to the plate comes Henry Lovekamp. Lovekamp trying to deliver something with 2 outs. Has just a 176 batting average with no home runs, but 7 RBIs. Moldrig from the stretch. Here's a pitch. Shows the bunt. Pushes it toward the third baseline. Gloved by the pitcher. Throws it. Goes over the first baseman's head. It will score a run. McDonald slides on in. He is safe at home. And Lane has a 1-0 lead. Lovekamp bunted it down the third base line. It was picked up by Moldrig. He throws the ball to first base, but well over the head of Martin and allowing the runner to score from third base. And Lovekamp remains at first. Down to third goes Cazares, and Lane has the 1-0 lead. It might be a base hit and an error, and there is a base hit on the board, and it's an E1. So a base hit for Lovekamp and the error on the throw by Moldrig. And that'll bring to the plate Hank Forrest. Forrest 0 for 1 today. And it's a 1-ball, no strike count now on Forrest. Forrest 0 for 1, grounded out to the second baseman, his first at bat. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's high again. Ball 2. So right now, Moldrig struggling with his control. He's walked a couple of batters, gives up an infield base hit, and then commits an error on a throw, and he's behind 1-0. Lane looking for another bit of fortunate luck here, perhaps get another run on the board. And looks like Columbia Basin is going to get some action going. Here's the pitch. Fastball, outside corner, strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, when you're in an elimination game, there's not much room for error. Sometimes in a regular season game, you might allow a pitcher to work his way out of it, but when you're a losers out contest, all mistakes are magnified. Here's the next pitch, and misses again for ball 3. So 3 balls and a strike now on the leadoff hitter, Forrest. Lane with 1 run in, looking for more, with runners at first and third. Moldrig is ready. Here comes the 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Forrest went after the high fastball and came up empty. Now the count runs full once again. In an advantage for Lane as Lovekamp at first can move with the pitch. Getting some warm-up action for Columbia Basin down in the left field bullpen. Runner gets his lead at first, Lovekamp. Good size lead. There he goes. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Forrest again went after the high fastball, comes up empty, and he strikes out. For Moldrig, his first strikeout of the ballgame, and for Lane here in the second. 1 run on 2 base hits. There was 1 error, 2 runners left on base. After 1.5 innings of play, your score: Lane 1, Columbia Basin 0.
Every guardsman knows the call. It has many meanings, but when it's spoken, the message is clear. Heard, understood, acknowledged. Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
First day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
We go to the bottom of the second inning as Columbia Basin now trailing the Lane Titans by a score of 1-0. And for the Hawks here in the second, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Holly, Tolrud, and Martin to face Croson. Croson couldn't do much better in the first inning as he goes a 1-2-3 with a strikeout. The first pitch, swing, chop towards the third baseman, Lovekamp. He's got it, throws the first in time, and Holly's retired on the first pitch of the inning. Looking for a challenge? Push yourself further. It begins when you enlist as a soldier in the U.S. Army. You'll be trained in one of more than 150 career fields and could even earn money for college if you qualify. To find out more, visit your local Army recruiter or log on to goarmy.com. Well, Torrud to the plate. First pitch to him, and it gets away from the catcher, ball 1. Tolrud is the designated hitter here this morning for Columbia Basin, a freshman from Connell. Here's the pitch, that's down low. Connell just about, if I remember right, 20 miles from the Tri-Cities, which is where the Columbia Basin Hawks are located. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That fastball swung on, popped up, shallow right center field. Backpedaling is the second baseman, and he reaches up to make the catch for the out. Hannah backpedaling. The right fielder and the center fielder were coming on in as well, but Hannah said he had it all the way, and he's able to make the catch for the second out. So 2 up and 2 down, and the first 5 batters have been retired by Croson here for Lane. So Columbia Basin looking for its first base runner here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Martin to the plate. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Martin. Lane leads Columbia Basin 1-0. Here's the pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. Strike 1. 1 ball and a strike on Alec Martin. Alec Martin at .261 batting average this year. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Alec Martin. Elgin awaits on deck if he can keep the inning alive. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Martin is fanned for the 3rd out of the inning. Second strikeout of the ball game for Croson. 3 up, 3 down again for the Hawks. They've sent 6 batters to the plate, and 6 have been retired. For the Hawks, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After 2, Lane 1, Columbia Basin nothing.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
Top of the 3rd inning we go as Lane has a 1-0 lead over Columbia Basin. And for the Titans here in the 3rd inning, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, it'll be Hannah, Ortiz, and Rudinsky to face Hunter Molderig. Molderig still going through his warm-ups on a pleasant morning here in the Pacific Northwest. Losers out game. And the winner will play sometime tomorrow. Again, that will be determined after the games are finished here this evening. Story Field here at LCC dimensions 306 down the left field line, 342 to left center, 387 to center field. Then you have that 20-foot barn in the middle of the field, which you have to hit to the roof or over for a home run. It's then 354 to right center and 326 down the right field line. So a unique ballpark here is you have different power alleys. It's kind of fun to watch games here. If you ever get a chance, come on out. Today's a great day to do it, as Hannah will step to the plate. Hannah 0 for 1 in the ball game. Popped out to the second baseman. Elgin is only at bat. First pitch from Muldery gets a fastball, strike one. No balls and a strike on Jaden Hannah. Hannah, a freshman from Portland. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Curveball fouled off the end of the bat. The count, no balls and 2 strikes on Hannah. Hannah at 223 on the season for a batting average. No home runs, 17 RBIs. So the count now, no balls and 2 strikes on Hannah. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball swing. Fly ball, center field. Moving on over to his right is Holly, or his left rather. He makes the catch in right center field for the first out. So Hannah hit it pretty well, but got a little bit underneath it, and Holly had a lot of time to drift on over to make the catch for the first out of the inning. That'll bring to the plate Tony Ortiz. Ortiz 1 for 1 here this morning. A single up the middle, and is only at bat. Again, Lane leading by a score of 1-0 over Columbia Basin. Middle infielder is playing back as the first pitch to Ortiz is off speed. It's high and inside for ball 1. The outfield shading him a bit towards the right. Speaking of shade, you saw that shot there of some of the fans here with umbrellas. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That fastball inside and low, ball 2. Again, we're used to umbrellas around here, but it's usually for the rain, not the sun. But we'll take it because we enjoy our sunshine, especially in the wet side of the state, as it's known, or the west side. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, and that's a fastball for strike 1. And we had a lot of rain this winter and spring. Dave Andrew, the public address announcer, is the assigner for the Lower Columbia umpires here, and he is constantly on the phone or texting as he had to try and rearrange schedules all the time. Here's the next pitch. Bouncing ball hit to the first baseman. Martin's got it, goes to the bag, and Ortiz is retired for the second out of the inning. Olympic College is a place to pursue your dreams on and off the field. With 11 women's and men's athletics teams and numerous academic pathways, there is something for everyone at Olympic College. Get busy learning at olympic.edu. 2 up, 2 down for Lane here in the third inning. And to the plate comes Rudinsky. He hits the ball towards the shortstop. Wyatt's got it, throws the first in time, and the Titans are retired here in the third inning of play. 1-2-3 inning for the Titans. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After 2.5, Lane 1, Columbia Basin nothing.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Austin Croson's been perfect through 2 innings of play for Lane. He has retired the first 6 batters that he has faced. He has struck out 2, and the others have all been pretty easy plays for the defense. So he'll face the bottom third of the order, Elgin, White, and Chamberlain here in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Hawks. Lane on top by a score of 1-0 after the Titans scored a run in the 2nd. Here comes the first pitch to Elgin. He swings and fouls it back to the screen for strike 1. No balls and a strike on McLean Elgin. MC capital K-L-A-N-E, Elgin. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that fastball misses high. Ball 1. 1 ball and a strike on Elgin. Second best hitter average-wise for the Hawks, 354 on the season with 11 RBIs. No home runs. Here's the next pitch, swing. Ball hit in the gap, left center field. Moving on over is the center fielder, Forrest. He is there, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So that's 7 in a row now for Croson that he is retired as Elgin flies out to center field. That'll bring to the plate Connor White. White the catcher this morning for the Hawks. Right-handed hitter. And he takes the first pitch for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Connor White. Here comes the next pitch, and that one is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Connor White, a sophomore from Woodinville. He's ready, so is Croson. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swing, another pop-up, shallow center field. Right there is Forrest, looks up into the sky, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So already 3 putouts by the center fielder Hank Forrest, as he's got 2 here in this inning. Had a catch also in the first. So 8 up and 8 down right now for Columbia Basin, as Croson has been perfect. And we'll go to the bottom of the order, number 9 hitter Zeb Chamberlain. Chamberlain, the right-hander, to face the left-handed pitcher, and here's the first pitch. Off speed, high, ball 1. Chamberlain from Tenino. Here's the pitch, swing, fouled back to the screen. Tenino not that far from the Longview-Kelso area, up in Lewis County, probably less than an hour's drive from here. Here's the 1-1 pitch, fastball, swing, fouled away once again. The count of 1 ball and 2 strikes on Chamberlain. 308 batting average for Chamberlain. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Croson ready. He winds, delivers. Fastball, a little bit inside, ball 2. Well, the count goes even on Chamberlain. Number 9 hitter for the Hawks, and his team trailing Lane 1-0. Croson ready. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, low and away, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Chamberlain. It's really the first batter that Croson has struggled with. I don't recall a 3-ball count on anyone before that. Let's see what happens here. Count is full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Croson ready, here's the pitch. Fastball, line drive, up the middle, that's a base hit. Shortstop Cazares couldn't get to it, and Chamberlain picks up the first base hit of the ball game for the Hawks with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. So Chamberlain stops the run of 8, and we go back to the top of the order, and Isaiah Hatch. Hatch led off the ball game for the Hawks. He fanned, so he is 0 for 1. 1-0 Lane, and now Chamberlain, the first base runner of the ball game for Columbia Basin. Takes his lead at first with the first pitch. Swinging a line drive into left field for a base hit. So Hatch hits it hard, and back-to-back 2-out singles for the Hawks. And now they have a runner in scoring position. Tying run at second base in Chamberlain as Hatch a ringing single into left field, and that'll bring up Roundy. After retiring the first 8 batters, now Croson has given up back-to-back singles. And with 2 outs, Roundy will come to the plate, see if he can plate the tying run or keep the inning alive. Roundy today is 0 for 1. He flied out to the right fielder, Bryce Mulcahy. 1-0 Lane over Columbia Basin. Croson's first pitch, off speed, misses, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes on Roundy. Roundy again, 349 batter. And this team can hit the baseball. Now look back to second base, and he's not going anywhere. Columbia Basin, a 315 team batting average. 315. That's pretty good. That's the best in the region. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swing, popped up, right side of the infield near the line, and the right fielder is going to call off everybody and make the catch or the final out. Right near the foul line, but Mulcahy makes the catch, and Roundy flies out for the final out of the inning. For the Hawks in the third, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. 3 complete innings of play. Your score remains Lane 1 and Columbia Basin nothing.
Originally, I came to C of I specifically for baseball. And once I got here, I realized that C of I was a lot more than just baseball. The student-faculty ratio here is unbelievable. That was really where I realized that C of I was different than my old school that I transferred from, and really any other school. I had one teacher spend about 5 hours with me in 2 days on individual work, and I've never had a teacher, even in high school, take the time to do that for me. I'm Sam Grice, and that's why I chose C of I.
My name is Surya Viswanathan, and I'm Associate of Arts Intercultural and International Studies student.
I came to Douglas for the baseball program. I had no clue what I wanted to study, but I wanted to play baseball, I knew that. So when I came to Douglas, I joined the Student Ambassador program, and I met some key individuals who actually helped shape my future. With their mentorship and guidance, I realized that I wanted to be a diplomat for the United Nations. So I know there's a lot of pressure into becoming a diplomat, but I feel I'm ready for that because Douglas has prepared me. It's given me the tools I need for my future.
Top of the fourth we go. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Lane, Sakamoto, Mulcahy, and McDonald to face Molderig. Sakamoto a single in his only at bat. He was racing the double play that Mulcahy grounded into the next at bat. So 1 for 1 for Sakamoto for Lane. First pitch from Molderig. Swing and a bouncing ball. Knocked down by a diving Martin. He'll run to the bag and he'll retire Sakamoto for the first out of the inning. Ball hit to the right of Martin. He dives to smother it, and then he quickly gets up, runs to the bag, and Sakamoto is out for the first out here in the top half of the fourth inning. Beat him by about a step, and that'll bring up Mulcahy. Mulcahy again 0 for 1 today, grounded into a double play in his only at bat. Lane Community College established back in 1964. First pitch to him, fastball, foul back to the screen. Count, no balls and a strike. The main campus is in southeast Eugene. There's other facilities in downtown Eugene, Florence, Cottage Grove, and the Lane Aviation Academy at the Eugene Airport. Did not know that. So they got quite a few areas to serve their students. Here comes the 0-1 pitch, curveball up and in, ball 1. And again, one of their more famous alumni is Suzanne Bonamici. She is the U.S. House of Representatives 1st District for Oregon, which includes Rainier, which is right across the river from Longview Kelso. Here comes a 1-1 pitch, that fastball high, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Also includes Astoria, Clatsop, and Columbia counties. So Bonamici, the U.S. House of Representatives, and I believe she was elected in 2012. She was. Not heard her plans. She wants to be re-elected in 2018, or at least run for re-election in 2018. Next pitch again from Molderig is high, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike now on Mulcahy. Again, it's 1-0 Lane leading Columbia Basin. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. That fastball swing and fouled back to the screen for strike 2. The Titans, the Lane Titans, their mascot is known as Ty the Titan. We got a couple of Titans in this tournament. I think Tacoma's a Titan as well, aren't they? So I thought, yeah, 2 teams that are nicknamed the Titans. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fastball swinging a ground ball into right field for the base hit. Elgin dove after it, but there was no way he's going to get to it, and Mulcahy rams it through between the first and second base side of the infield for his first base hit of the ball game. For the Titans, their 4th base hit of the ball game. And with 1 out, that'll bring up the designated hitter, Jimmy McDonald. McDonald reached base on a walk and scored on an infield base hit, but actually the error on Mulderig allowed him to score. And right now, that's the difference in the ball game. A walk and an error. Here's the pitch. And the fastball at the knee, strike 1. No balls and a strike on McDonald. McDonald, the designated hitter here this afternoon. .221 batting average with 6 RBIs on the season. McDonald from Yakima. So he traveled across the state and went south. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Curveball down in the dirt. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Yakima Valley, the defending champions, not here, eliminated in the Super Regionals. So we will have a new champion. Everett is still here. Everett was the runner-up last year. They'd obviously like to take that next step and bring home the championship. Mulderig from the stretch. Now I'll throw over to first base, and back is Mulcahy. Lane, the number 2 team out of the South. The only South team, I believe, still alive, as yesterday Mount Hood and Lynn Benton were both eliminated. A little bit of a surprise by the Lynn Benton elimination, out in 2, as their pitching just really failed them. Here's a pitch. High, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. As the, or 2 balls and a strike. As Lynn Benton gave up 29 runs in its 2 games. So they really had problems locating their pitching. I think it was 11 walks in the first game with 4 hit batters, something like 9 walks yesterday, and Tacoma just unloaded on Lynn Benton yesterday and sent them home. Here's the pitch on the inside corner, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Roadrunners are done and the Saints are done. The question is, who will be next, the Titans or the Hawks? As this is the first of 2 elimination games today, Tacoma and Everett will play at 2:05. That's the scheduled first pitch. Yesterday we were running behind schedule. The games were all very long. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball hit towards the shortstop. Wyatt's got it. Flips to second for 1. Really on a hop. Not in time. And safe for first base is McDonald. Martin couldn't come up with it anyway, and we've got interference at second base. A late slide by Mulcahy takes out the second baseman, and they'll call interference, and we've got a double play right there. So the double play now as McDonald is out, as Mulcahy overslid at second base. He took out the second baseman, Elgin, and that will retire the Titans here in the 4th inning of play. For Lane in the 4th, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, no runners left on base. After 3.5, Lane 1, Columbia Basin nothing.
When you first visit Seattle Pacific University, it's easy to fall in love with the campus. But just ask one of the students. There's something different about SPU, a place where faith, service, and academic excellence meet. And it's the only private university in the Pacific Northwest to make the latest U.S. News and World Report Best National Universities list. This is Seattle Pacific University.
I remember the moment clearly.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
I realized at that moment, when we first saw the damage, these people really needed us. And I was going to make a difference, right here in my community. Together with local responders, we cleared trees and collapsed walls. We had to get to the family trapped beneath. As a citizen soldier, I made a difference.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Bottom of the fourth inning, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for Columbia Basin as the Hawks trail by a score of 1-0. So the Hawks looking to even this ball game as they've been stymied so far by the pitching of Austin Croson. And Wyatt steps up to the plate and takes the first pitch for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Michael Wyatt. Wyatt is 0 for 1 today, flied out to the center fielder. He fouls away the next pitch, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike on Wyatt. Wyatt, a sophomore from Ellensburg. If I remember right, Ellensburg is playing for the state 2A baseball championship today. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That's outside and low. Facing WF west of Chehalis over in Yakima. So the Bearcats continue their outstanding run of baseball. Here's the next pitch. Swing, popped up, foul territory, first base side, and out of play. Well, the count out 2 balls and 2 strikes. Then the Chehalis girls also, they're in the semifinals of the state 2A tournament over there. So having a good year up there in Chehalis. See what happens. Local team here, Waukegan, was beaten in the semifinals yesterday. They'll play a 3rd place game today. Here's the next pitch, swing, fouled away. The Mules, a young team. It'll be interesting to see how they progress as they get older. Here we're playing championship baseball as well before this weekend's over. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, outside corner, called strike 3. Wyatt couldn't pull the trigger, and he's strikeout victim number 3 for Croson here this afternoon. Croson 3 strikeouts and no walks so far, and has allowed just 2 hits through 3 1/3 innings. That'll bring to the plate Griffin Hawley. Hawley grounded out to the third baseman in his only at bat, so he's 0 for 1 and takes the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Columbia Basin College located in Pasco, and it was founded, when was it? I thought it was, I saw that written down, but I guess I didn't. It's been 60 years is all I know. It didn't actually say the year. Classes began in September 1955. I knew I saw it somewhere. Pitch misses inside for ball 2. So Columbia Basin College since 1955, 60 years. The Hawks, here comes the 2-0 pitch. That fastball cut on and missed, strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. And the Tri-Cities home for the unlimited hydroplane races that they have at the end of July every year, the last Sunday in July. Used to be known as the Atomic Cup. You've called it lots of different names. Here's the 2-1 pitch, swing, fly ball, hit to right center field. Right fielder's got a beat on it. Mulcahy reaches up, makes the catch for the second out. So 2 outs now for the Hawks here in the 4th inning as they trail Lane by a score of 1-0. Seen a lot of races over in the Tri-Cities. They're always fun. Unfortunately, you've seen some damage there as well. Was there when Dean Chenoweth was killed in the Miss Budweiser. Was there when the Pay Impact blew over. Here's the next pitch, swinging a line drive foul. And count, no balls and a strike on Tolrud. Lane leading Columbia Basin 1-0. It's always been a lot of fun though for the boat races. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing, fouled away again. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. So just a couple months away there for unlimited hydroplanes in the Tri-Cities, and a couple weeks later they come over here to Lake Washington in Seattle. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swinging a line drive into center field, but Forrest is there. He makes the catch for the third out of the inning. A 1-2-3 inning once again for the Hawks. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After 4 innings of play, Lane 1, Columbia Basin nothing.
Seattle Pacific University is a premier Christian university where each year 4,000 students catch a vision for making a difference in the world. All across the globe, SPU graduates are making an impact in medicine, technology, athletics, business, education, music, theater, and more. SPU is dedicated to outstanding scholarship and thoughtful faith. It's a powerful combination that brings about change in the lives of graduates and in the people and communities they serve. Seattle Pacific University, engaging the culture, changing the world.
When it's your job to protect the world's greatest nation, it's your responsibility to solve the world's greatest challenges. This is why we search for the best and brightest, why we train for every eventuality, on land and water, in the air, space, and even cyberspace. We operate in a complex world with one simple mission: win.
My name is Surya Viswanathan, and I'm an Associate of Arts Intercultural and International Studies student.
I came to Douglas for the baseball program. I had no clue what I wanted to study, but I wanted to play baseball, I knew that. So when I came to Douglas, I joined the Student Ambassador program, and I met some key individuals who actually helped shape my future. With their mentorship and guidance, I realized that I wanted to be a diplomat for the United Nations. So I know there's a lot of pressure into becoming a diplomat, but I feel I'm ready for that because Douglas has prepared me. It's given me the tools I need for my future.
So here we go, 5th inning baseball. Hello everybody, I'm Wes Tucker. I'm going to be taking over for a while, give Vern a little break. As we enter the 5th inning, it is going to be 8-9-1 due up for the Titans, as they need to get something rolling here, trying to tack on some extra runs, as the Hawks are a very, very offensive team. As we get a good look at Kirk Rowland there, athletic director here at LCC, fantastic gentleman, also a broadcaster. And we're just about ready here. It'll be Mulderig heading back out, beginning his 5th inning of work. 1 run allowed, it is unearned. 4 hits, 2 walks, and 1 K to his credit thus far. And here comes Cazares. He is 0 for 0 today. He's walked back in the 2nd inning. And he'll start off by taking a called strike 1. Again, it'll be 8-9-1. Due up for the Titans to face Mulderig. Digging back in. 0-1 offering on the way. Is taken. So a quick hole 0-2, Doug, now. Cazares looking to shorten up, maybe try to put something the other way here into left field. Again, the only run today is unearned. Here's a swing. Tapper foul down the first baseline. It's an unearned run, the only score we got. 4 hits for Lane and 2 for Columbia Basin thus far. As Cazares digs back in. Another 0-2 offering on the way from Mulderig is up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mulderig also is charged with the error that allowed the run to score. And now deals a 1-2. Swing and a miss, and down goes Cazares. 1 away here, top half of the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Henry Lovecamp, the 3rd baseman, who's 1 for 1 on the day. Lovecamp with a single back in the 2nd inning. And he'll dig in to face Mulderig for the 2nd time. 0-0 offering. Swung on, hit towards first base. There to field is Martin, 3 unassisted, and there are 2 away here in the top half of the 5th inning. So back to the top of the order we go. It'll be Hank Forrest. Forrest on the day is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to second base. Trying to turn it around here. swinging on the first pitch and fouling it away. Again, we get a good look at the wood bleachers here at Story Field. A fantastic place to play, and even better place to watch. So come on down. We've got a couple more days of NWAC baseball, with a champion being crowned on Monday. 0-1 offering from Mulderig is taken low and inside. 1-1 the count now. 2 away. Again, courtesy of a strikeout and a ground out to first base. Mulderig into the windup. Ground ball again down the first baseline will go foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mulderig been looking very sharp so far this inning. Got out 1-2-3 last inning on a very unorthodox double play. Runner at first base being called out on interference due to the runner sliding into second. Mulderig's 1-2 is up high. So 2's across the board here in the top half of the 5th. Mulderig ready. The pitch is swung on, fouled away, so we'll set up again. A good fight going on now between Hank Forrest and Hunter Mulderig. And should we get that far, it'll be Hannah, the second baseman, on deck. Second base and shortstop playing very deep in the hole. And the count will be full. So full count, 2 out here, no runners on base. Center fielder shading Forrest to go the other way. And Hank McKay backwards, strike 3 call, got him looking, and that is how the top of the 5th comes to an end. So no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base, and we'll send you away, but we'll be right back after this.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
So home half of the 5th, we'd like to take this time to remind you today's game is brought to you by the NWAC itself. Be sure to check them out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest NWAC news. Also, visit nwacsports.org for the most recent information on schedules, stats, scores, and more. So home half of the 5th, CBC still trailing 1-0, and the very hot Austin Croson out on the mound, beginning his 5th inning of work. We'll start the inning with a called ball. And he'll be facing 6, 7, 8 hitters. Martin is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. And this one chopped up the middle, playing shortstop closer to the hole up the middle is Cazares, and he'll put it away. 1 down here, home half of the 5th inning. Again, 2 hits have been given up from Croson. No walks, and has 3 Ks to his name thus far. Then that'll bring the second baseman Elgin up, who is 0 for 1. He flew out to center field in his last at-bat. He'll take ball 1. Croson into the windup, kicks, fires. It's a ground ball shot down the first baseline, foul. So that'll set up a 1-1 count. One's across the board here, home half of the 5th. Again, Lane leading courtesy of an error committed by Hunter Molderig. That, of course, occurring back in the 2nd inning, as that pitch will miss high, 2-1. The catcher, Connor White, is waiting on deck. Here's a called strike 2, so 2-2 now to Elgin. And a curveball, nowhere close that time, and the count's full. So again, 1 away, trying to get that second quick out. Croson again been dealing so far. Payoff pitch from Croson into the windup, kicks, fires. It is swung on and missed, and there are 2 away. Correction, it looks like it was foul tipped into the glove. Still counts as a strikeout in the book, though. And there's 2 done. So Connor White comes up. He also flew out to center field in his first at-bat. So 0 for 1. First pitch to him is up high. And now down low, so a 2-0 count now. Croson only been in 2-3 ball counts so far today. We get a good look at Colin Price, the home plate umpire, doing a fantastic job, and a ball laced foul down the left field line there. Again, our umpires today was Colin Price behind the plate, Ryan Sorensen over at first, and Chris Chafflin is patrolling behind third base. So it'll be 2 balls and 1 strike to Connor White, the catcher. Zeb Chamberlain, the third baseman, waiting on deck should we get that far. Croson again into the windup. Swing and a line drive to center, and it's going to hang up long enough for Forrest to make the catch. So a loud out number 3 there, but they escape perfect with no runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base.
Ready for a new adventure? Study at Douglas College in Vancouver, Canada. Take a post-degree program and launch your career, or prepare to study at top Canadian universities. Become eligible for a 3-year work visa with a 2-year program. Choose success. Choose Douglas College.
Look, baseball's a numbers game. A 570-foot home run at age 15, 31 homers in 66 games, first front cover at 16, number 1 overall draft pick, majors at 19. Over 100 home runs is 34. On-base percentage of 340, then 368, then 460. 4-time All-Star, beating 9.2 million ballots, 30 out of 30 MVP votes, chasing 762, 4256, 2297, 3562. You're 220 at age 23. But kid, just remember, no number sounds as good as this.
So here we go as we've entered the 6th inning, 2/3 of the way through this one in regulation terms, that is. We get our flyover coming over a little late today. Enjoy the time in the sky, buddy. Beautiful clear skies here in Longview, Washington, as we prepare for the 6th inning. Lane again with a 1-run lead. Got a good crowd on attendance here. A lot of them hanging out over there in the Bob's Sporting Goods party deck, as we just saw. And we're about ready to go, as it'll be 2-3-4 due up for the Titans. Jaden Hanna is 0 for 2 with a pop out to second base and a fly out to center thus far. And he'll dig in. Swing and a lazy fly ball. It's going to land behind second base, so a leadoff hit for the Titans. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Tony Ortiz, who is 1 for 2. He singled up the middle in the first inning, then grounded out to first in the third. And he'll get another opportunity to see Mulderig. Mulderig beginning his 6th inning of work here. Ready for the 0-0 offering. Swing on a line drive the other way. It's going to land in left. So back-to-back singles for the 2 and 3 hitters of the Lane lineup. And here comes their cleanup hitter, Rudinsky. Rudinsky is 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. Looking to turn that around here. A runner in scoring positions. That's the 2nd consecutive hit given up by Mulderig. Shows bunt, and it'll go foul on the dish. I'll tell you, nothing gets under a coach's skin more than a missed bunt. You got an opportunity to move 2 runners into scoring position. You can see coming over to talk now to his hitter. It's the third base coach. Still no away in the inning. 2 runners on base. And Rudinsky, the hitter. As we get a look at Mulderig there. Again, the only run unearned in this contest. Mulderig from the stretch. It's a pitch out. Throw back to first base is going to be a little late. So Ortiz just able to get back to the bag on a well set up play. First baseman playing maybe 10 feet from home plate. So 1-1 is your count as we get a look at that very close play at first base. Elgin coming over, couldn't get the tag down in time. First baseman again crashing. Takes a step back, and it'll be a spin move over to second. No throw, however. So Mulderig taking his time here. So we get a look over there at Martin at first base, playing inside on the artificial turf. Again, bunt being showed, pulls back, and takes ball 2. So 2-1 your count now. White being very quick out of the crouch here behind the dish. He'll go and give some new signs to his infield. Again, catchers revered as the captains of the infield for sure, as center field, the captain of the outfield. Communication being very key. So Rudinsky, see if he shows bunts again. He does. First baseman runs in, and stepping off the back is going to be Mulderig. So things happening rather slowly in this at-bat for Rudinsky. 2 balls and a strike is the count. First baseman, again, you see there on the screen, way in. Bunt goes to from Rudinsky, throw to third, and they get the force out on a poorly executed sacrifice. So reaching will be Rudinsky on the fielder's choice. As we see here, the first baseman, again, like 10 feet from the dish. And a great play by Mulderig to get the force out at third base. So 1 away. And there's going to be a pitching change here. It's going to be Austin Bergdahl coming in to do the throwing. So Mulderig leaves after 5 1/3 innings pitched. And they'll bring in Bergdahl. Bergdahl, sophomore out of Spokane, Washington. And he'll come in. And we'd like to take this time to remind you today's contest is sponsored by Olympic College, the place to pursue your dreams on and off the field, with 11 men's and women's athletic teams and numerous academic pathways. There's something for everyone at Olympic College. Get busy learning at olympic.edu. And we got even some young fans over here in the ballpark today. Again, a beautiful day in Longview, Washington. If you're not here already, come on down. Or up, depending on where you are. So again, the pitching change here in the top half of the 6th inning. He'll get an opportunity to finish up his warm-up pitches. So again, a poorly executed sacrifice by Radinsky. He reached first on the fielder's choice, but Molderig able to jump off the mound and get the force out at third base. And it's those opportunities there that are going to hurt you later in the game. You got an opportunity to get 2 runners in scoring position. And again, just poor execution. There's no other way to say it. Bergdahl, a little bit of a sidewinder coming into the contest. And the first batter he'll face will be Colton Sakamoto, the left fielder, who is 1 for 2 with a single to right field. Sakamoto digging in. His first offering is taken on the outside corner for a called strike 1. Sakamoto again 1 for 2 with a single, and he grounded out to first as well. Bergdahl trying to get out of this inning with the pitcher's best friend, swing and a miss, and that is going to be thrown down to second and not in time on the pickoff attempt as we get another look at just how close this was. Wyatt able to get back to the bag very quickly. The throw, however, takes him a little bit forward, and the slide coming to the back of the bag and doesn't touch him until his hand is on the bag there. So a heads-up play there by White behind the dish, and there's 0-2, 1 away. Bergdahl's 0-2 offering is up high, so 1-2. Again, 2 runners on base here, top half of the 6th inning. Bergdahl coming on to try to hose the threat down. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is how the second out will be recorded. So 2 away here, 2 runners still on base. And that's going to bring up Bryce Mulcahy, the right fielder, is 0 for 2. Hit into a double play back in the 2nd inning. Pardon, he's 1 for 2. Hit into a double play and is also singled to right field. And got a runner called out for interference on a slide into second base. So 2 away. Here's his chance to make up for it. Pitch number 1 will miss low and inside. And again, Ortiz was nearly picked off at second base. White looking for another opportunity for it. Thought he should have had the call there. Mulcahy digs back in. 1 ball and no strikes. Bergdahl delivers a strike there, swung on and missed. So 1-1 is your count. We get a look there at Chris Chaplin. Right there behind the mound. The third base umpire for today. So from the stretch, Bergdahl, the 1-1, swung on and fouled back to the screen here. Again, Lower Columbia College getting some new turf on their baseball field. Very pretty, very sparkly, as Vern said earlier. So 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Get him right here.
Bergdahl takes a quick step off the back of the mound, letting Ortiz know that he's there. And now ready, working from the stretch here, 2 runners on base. Kicks, fires, runner, Ortiz. Looked like he was going to go for third. Called a ball, so 2's across the board here in the 6th inning.
Good miss.
Waiting on deck is McDonald, the designated hitter, should we get that far. As Bergdahl working with a 2-2 count from the stretch. The lift fires way outside, and the count's full. So the two runners on base will get an opportunity for a running start with full count and 2 outs here. Again, this inning started off with back-to-back singles from Hanna and Ortiz. Hanna was put out on the fielder's choice on the sacrifice attempt by Rudinsky. Swing and a foul ball, so spoils the payoff pitch. Will set up another one. And the Titans looking to add to their lead, a 1-0 lead. It's been a very close game. Sakamoto. Away from first, and swing and a miss. The threat is ended. So they strand 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base, no runs. So we'll step away. Home half of the 6th. Done.
Look, baseball's a numbers game. A 570-foot home run at age 15, 31 homers in 66 games, first front cover at 16, number 1 overall draft pick, majors at 19. Over 100 home runs is 34. On-base percentage of 340, then 368, then 460. 4-time All-Star, beating 9.2 million ballots, 30 out of 30 MVP votes, chasing 762, 4256, 2297, 3562. You're 220 at age 23. But kid, just remember, no number sounds as good as this.
People say knowledge is power, and they have a point.
At Portland State, you tell your own story.
You build your own stage.
You take your best ideas to the streets.
You let the world see who you are
and who you hope to be. Knowledge is about how hard you're willing to work to do something real.
It's about how far you're willing to go to do something great.
The Eds party in Longview as Great Balls of Fire playing over the PA right now. So here we go now, home half of the 6th inning. The Hawks need to get something going. They trail the Titans 1-0. And it'll be 9-1-2. Chamberlain, Hatch, and Roundy due up. Again, coming to you from beautiful Story Field in Longview, Washington. And I'd like to personally invite each and one of you viewers out here. Plenty of seating left, some standing room as well if you're into that. The party deck always has some spots open. As we're ready for the home half of the 6th, Krausen will be getting his 6th inning of work and begins with a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. No balls and 1 strike the count. Chamberlain so far is 1 for 1 with a line drive single up the middle. Actually broke up perfection in the 3rd inning. And now finds himself behind 0-2 on 2 consecutive breaking balls. Again, waiting on deck, Hatch in the top of the order. The 0-2 swung on, and it will go foul out of play. And Krausen been very dangerous so far. Has only found himself behind in the count twice. And he's just about done with his 2nd time through this order. Chopped over to shortstop, picked up, and thrown across. So Cazares to Ortiz, a 6-3 putout. And there is 1 away. And here comes the top of the order. The left fielder, Isaiah Hatch. He is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a line drive single to left today. Krausen again from the windup. Swing and a high fly ball towards the gap in left center. Settling underneath it is Forrest, and there's 2 down. Forrest ranging a little bit to his right there, and a no trouble catch. So Hawks are going very quickly. It's been a trend here. Only one inning have they seen more than 3 hitters come to the plate. That was the 3rd inning.
Right fielder number 33, Tanner Roundy.
And that'll bring Tanner Roundy, the right fielder. He's flown to right field twice. So 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch is a breaking ball, beaten foul down the third baseline. So 0-1. Again, another first pitch strike from Krausen. The key to getting comfortable on the mound is that first pitch strike. The 0-1. Swing and a ball beaten down the first baseline. So 0-2, your count. Krausen in the driver's seat. And Roundy needs to shorten up and play some defense here. And Roundy with a very open stance. The 0-2 misses way outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Krausen again working very fast. A 1-2 is swung on and popped up and will just get out of play. So we'll set up another 1 ball, 2 strikes. Waiting on deck is Wyatt, the shortstop. And just outside on the breaking ball, so 2s across the board here in the home half of the 6th inning. Both infield and outfield playing straight up, and breaking ball misses badly, and now it's a full count. The 3rd 3-ball count that Krausen has found himself in. Payoff pitch is low, and they aren't going to appeal the check swing, so it's a base on balls for Roundy. And Michael Wyatt will come to the plate now. Wyatt is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout today, as the Hawks are in business with a runner at first base and 2 down. Wyatt patrolling the 6th hole today for the Hawks. First offering, swung on and hit. It's going to hit the gap, and it's going to get past Forrest. They're going to go ahead and wave Roundy across. On his way to third base now with a triple is Wyatt. So the Hawks respond 1-1. Again, right into the gap, and misplaying it a little bit is Forrest. And we have a tie ball game here in the 6th inning. And that'll bring up Griffin Hawley, the center fielder, is 0 for 2. And he'll look to keep this game going here. Bottom half of the 6th, and the lead run is 90 feet away over at third base. So a 2 away, working from the stretch is Krausen. Swing and a miss. In the hole 0-1. Gabe Tolrud, the designated hitter, waiting on deck. And here's the 0-1 offering. Is a breaking ball that'll miss away. So 1-1 the count. Lovekemp over at third base, playing just about even with the artificial turf, a couple of steps back. Swing and a high pop-up will get out of play. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And we'd like to thank the fine folks at Tolfer Vision who are making this production possible today. So great job out there, guys. So a 1-2 count now to Hawley. Krausen trying to get out of this inning and keep the game tied. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses. So 2s across the board again here in the bottom half of the 6th. Crouson's only given up 3 hits today, has 4 Ks, and the run is earned. He'll step off and take a quick look over at Wyatt at first base, pardon, third base. It hasn't worked from the stretch too often at all today. Swing and another foul ball. This one back up our way. So again, 2s are across the board. 1s is your score, as the Hawks are looking to crack it open here in the home half of the 6th. And another step off. And it looks like there's going to be a conversation now between Krausen and Rudinsky.
This game and all tournament games being streamed live online, linked at NWACsports.org.
Just going out there, calm him down a little bit. Again, we have a brand new ball game here in the 6th, courtesy of the triple by Michael Wyatt. And we have a 2-2 count now to Hawley, who again is 0 for 2 on the day, trying to give the Hawks the advantage here. The last middle inning. Swing and another foul ball, so a great fight going on now in the box. He'll dig in once again, nursing that tedious 2-2 count. Krausen trying to escape with only 1 across. Gets the sign he likes, comes set. The 2-2 is a fastball, high fly ball. Should be routine out there for Forrest, and it is. So the Hawks strike for 1, and we're tied after 6.
Medical specialists in the Guard are skilled in CPR, field triage, and emergency life support. Medics stabilize and evac the wounded during combat, come to the aid of civilians in a disaster, and provide day-to-day outpatient care. Medical specialists are saving lives on and off the battlefield.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
When you first visit Seattle Pacific University, it's easy to fall in love with the campus. But just ask one of the students. There's something different about SPU, a place where faith, service, and academic excellence meet. And it's the only private university in the Pacific Northwest to make the latest U.S. News and World Report Best National Universities list. This is Seattle Pacific University.
Here we go now, 7th inning coming your way. Top half of the 7th inning, and it's going to be McDonald, Cazares, and Lufkamp due up for the Titans as they have given up their lead in the bottom half of the 6th, now trying to fight back.
We got
as
to the
we're
top
entering
of
the
the
latter
inning
part
for
of this
Lane.
game.
Leading it off is the designated hitter, Jimmy McDonald.
So again, the designated hitter, McDonald, will come to the plate. He walked and hit into that unorthodox double play, including the interference back in the 4th inning. So 0 for 1 on the day. Bergdahl back to work, and the first pitch will miss inside, ball 1. Bergdahl came in and shut the door on what could have been a devastating inning back in the top half of the 6th. And now he works with a 1-1 count on the foul ball. Waiting on deck is Cazares. Again, no easy out in this order for the Titans. Bergdahl ready. Will take low and in that time. Is McDonald. So 2 balls and a strike is your count. Bergdahl's going to fool around with the rosin bag a little bit behind the bump. Again, the run that the Titans have is unearned. And there's a little chopper out towards shortstop. Wyatt on to Martin in time, 1 away. The run the Titans have is unearned, and earned as they come is the run for the Hawks on the triple by Wyatt. Right out there, who just made the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring Boone Cazares up to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a strikeout. Fielding in Bergdahl. Again, a very slow worker compared to Mulderig. And to Krausen for that matter. He's set, ready. The 0-0 offering is low, ball 1. Bergdahl on the regular season had a 2.03 ERA. And evens the count up there, 1-1 on the fastball. Was 2-2 on the season. And now finds himself in a winner go home game for the Hawks. And just low and inside, ball 2. Again, loser of this game will be sent packing. They'll either head back to Eugene, Oregon, or the Tri-Cities. Bergdahl ready. Outside corner, 2-2. Again, a huge thank you to the umpires we have today. Again, they are Colin Price, Ryan Sorensen, and Chris Chaplin. Doing a fantastic job out there on the turf in the heat. And boy, there are a few feelings worse than being on hot turf. And a foul ball there, not able to hold on to it, is White. Waiting on deck, the third baseman, Henry Lovecamp. As the count remains 2-2 to Cazares. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there are 2 down. 2 away in the top of the 7th, and here comes Lovecamp.
Third baseman, number 13, Henry Lovecamp.
Lovecamp on the day is 1 for 2 with a single and also a ground out to first base. He'll look in, trying to start a 2-out rally. That's how it started in the home half of the 6th for the Hawks. A runner walked and came around to score on the triple. And strike 1 on the 2-seam fastball there. Fantastic pitch. Again, not the most conventional arm slot for Bergdahl. Got a lot of movement on a lot of different pitches. Breaking ball will miss low and away. Count knotted up at 1 apiece. Top of the order is due up after Lovecamp. 1-1 is taken on the outside corner. That's just some paint right there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Lovecamp got to be a little more defensive now. A 1-2 just inside. 2s across the board. Deuces are wild here in the top half of the 7th. Two-two offering. And Bergdahl taking a tumble there on the mound. The count's full. Get another look at it here. Possibly just a little botched landing there. The front foot. Yeah, it looks like the ankle buckled a little bit. So the count is full now with 2 away. It's a Henry Lovecamp. Again, working from the stretch, Bergdahl. The payoff pitch is swung on and skied to right field, chasing Roundy back, and he'll put it away a couple steps in front of the warning track. 7th inning stretch time here in Longview, Washington.
Aviation warrant officers deal in high-pressure situations, life-saving disaster rescues, delivering soldiers and payloads to critical areas, and engaging enemy targets. Supported by an aviation mechanic team on the ground, guard pilots control the sky.
So home half of the 7th now. And the Hawks
LCC zone just
trying to get a lead now. They've been trailing throughout the first 5 innings, and they're now tied as we've reached the home half of the 7th inning. It'll be Gabe Tolrud due up, the designated hitter. Has flown out twice, once to second base and once to center field. He'll try to get something going for the Hawks against Croson. And Croson starts with a strike. And Croson living low, and it's a big part about why he has been so successful thus far in this contest. The 0-1 swung on, and it is laced foul. It'll end up in the play area. So 0-2, Croson in the driver's seat. Again, Croson beginning his 7th inning of work here. Been a great outing so far from the big lefty. The 0-2 grounded softly over to second base. Hanna on to Ortiz in time, and there's one away. So Alec Martin, the first baseman, will come up. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to short thus far.
Number 13, Alec Martin.
Martin again playing first base for the Hawks today. He'll look to get something going with one away. And Colin Price goes out to hand the ball to Croson. So Croson from the windup, the 0-0 offering is taken up high, ball 1. Again, we'll have 2 more broadcasted games for you today. Please stick around for those. Those are going to be good ones. One more elimination game. Swing and a miss there, 1-1. So 1s across the board here, home half of the 7th. And Elgin, the second baseman, waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Croson in the driver's seat has just been in command of all his pitches, off speed, fastball, breaking, and otherwise. And here's a ball that'll go foul. Again into the play area. Lucky kid out there gets a foul ball. A lot of fun out there in right field. The 1-2 just outside. So 2-2 your count now. Again, Martin struck out back in the 2nd inning. Croson hoping for a repeat performance. Ends up bouncing a curveball in the dirt. Full count. And great work back there by Rudzinski. So payoff pitch on the way from the windup. Kicks, fires. It is bled over to third base, played on a hop, throw across, and the tag applied. So Lovekemp, good reaction on the hop, but an even better reaction by Ortiz at first base to get that tag in there. As we take another quick look at it, again, a nasty hop out there. Lovekemp's throw coming off the bag is Ortiz and just able to get that tag in there. Fantastic play. We've seen a lot of great defense here so far in the tournament. So 2 away, first offering now. So Elgin is fouled away. Elgin is 0 for 2. He flew out to center field and is struck out. So Croson misses low and in that time, 1-1. And should we get that far, the catcher Connor White waiting on deck. The 1-1 offering. Swung on, and it will get over the third baseman Lovekemp's head. So with 2 outs again, the Hawks are threatening. Not exactly how it started last inning, but the runner did reach base with 2 outs via the walk. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Connor White.
The catcher, number 23, Connor White.
White is 0 for 2, has flown out to center field and lined out to center field. Again, that's a line out, hanging up just long enough for Forrest to get underneath it. That, of course, happening back in the 5th inning. We'll take ball 1 on the breaking ball. Got a lot of vertical movement on the curveball from Croson. So Croson ready with the 1-0. Runner away from first and move over there. Back with plenty of time is Elgin. So we'll set up again, 1 ball and no strikes. Elgin not showing any sign of a one-way lead over at first base. The 1-0 is up high, ball 2. So again, 2-0, an opportunity, a big hack for Connor White. 2-0 is the pitch to do it. Hunt that fastball. 2-0 offering is low in the dirt. Runner got a delayed start. Throw down to second base is not in time. So we'll wait to see if that's ruled a stolen base or a pass ball. And they're going to give it a wild pitch, actually. So on the wild pitch, Elgin moves up to second base. And it's a 3-0 count now to Connor White. Zeb Chamberlain waiting on deck. And Rudzinski is going to go out there and calm down his pitcher. So take another look here. The slide nearly overslid. Able to keep his foot on the bag is Elgin. Again, turf will do that to you. It's a little bit slicker than most infield dirt. And they're going to intentionally put on Connor White. So now, runners at first and second. And here comes Zeb Chamberlain. And they've corrected it. It's going to be scored as a pass ball, allowing Elgin to get to second base. So runners at first and second. And Zeb Chamberlain, who is 1 for 2 with a line drive single, is up. Runner in scoring position. First offering is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. No balls and a strike. Croson in a little bit of trouble here for the second consecutive inning. And it's all happened with 2 outs. Breaking ball hit into left field. It's going to drop. They're going to wave Elgin around. The throw to the plate will be cut off, and the Hawks have a lead. So Columbia Basin takes a 1-run lead on the single by Chamberlain. It looks like for a second that Sakamoto was going to dive at it, but opted out of it at the last minute. So run scores. And the Hawks take the lead. The tables have turned here in the whole half of the second. Pardon, seventh.
Top of the order, left fielder number 1, Isaiah Hatch.
And that'll bring Hatch to the plate. We'll take ball 1. Hatch on the day is 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a flyout. He also has a line drive single to left field. Looking to tack on some insurance now as they have the lead. 2-0. So the 2-0 offering now from Croson is in the dirt. 3-0 now. Some action now in the Titans bullpen. They got a right-hander getting warm. So the 3-0 offering is called a strike. Catches the upper part of the zone. Dangerous place to live when the hitter's ahead in the count. So we get a look down into the bullpen there. And ball 4. So the bases are juiced. And again, it's Furryman getting loose in the bullpen for the Titans. And there's going to be a mound visit here, so we'd like to take this time to remind you that today's game is brought to you by the U.S. Army. Looking for a challenge? Push yourself further. It begins when you enlist as a soldier in the U.S. Army. You'll be trained in one of more than 150 career fields and can even earn money towards college if you qualify. To find out more, visit your local Army recruiter or log on to goarmy.com. So Colin Price heading out there to break up the conversation. Again, Furryman getting loose in the bullpen for Lane, the right-hander. So Hannah finishing up his conversation out there with Croson. Croson again 1 out away from getting out of this with only a 1 run scored. So Roundy now. Swing and Hannah with the leaping catch. And the side is retired. But the damage has been done and the Hawks now lead 2-1.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
When you first visit Seattle Pacific University, it's easy to fall in love with the campus. But just ask one of the students. There's something different about SPU, a place where faith, service, and academic excellence meet. And it's the only private university in the Pacific Northwest to make the latest U.S. News and World Report Best National Universities list. This is Seattle Pacific University.
Take part in our contest, helping support community college athletics.
All right, Vern Foster back here at Lower Columbia College as we continue at the 2017 NWAC Baseball Championships, top half of the 8th inning. And this reminder, if you're looking for a challenge, push yourself further. It begins when you enlist as a soldier in the U.S. Army. You'll be trained in one of more than 150 career fields, and you can even earn money for college if you qualify. Find out more, visit your local Army recruiter or log on to goarmy.com. Okay, Bergdahl has come on in, and since he has replaced Mulderig, he has been perfect. He has faced 5 batters and retired all 5 of them as we go to the top of the 8th. The 1, 2, 3 and hitters, Forrest, Hannah, and Ortiz due up, and Forrest takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Hank Forrest. Forrest today 0 for 3. Here comes the next pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike on Forrest. Single runs in the 6th and 7th for the Hawks, and now lead by a score of 2-1. Here comes a 1-1 pitch, swing, fouled away, and count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, a winner's or a loser's out game. The winner plays tomorrow against either Walla Walla or Lower Columbia. And again, the time still to be determined as teams are being sent home here from the NWAC tournament. Here's the next pitch. Curveball misses high and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Forrest. The defense playing him straight away. The second baseman, Elgin, back off the dirt. Here's the next pitch, and that sails outside for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter, Forrest. Bergdahl has struck out 3, has not given up a hit since he has come into the ballgame in relief of Mulderig. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Swing, popped up, foul territory, third base side, and it will get out of play. And the count stays full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's the third base dugout, that being the Columbia Basin dugout, and the count stays full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Get a look there at Bergdahl. Gets his foot on the first base side of the rubber. Here comes the pitch, and that misses high, ball 4. That's the first walk given up by Bergdahl, just the third one of the ball game by the Columbia Basin pitching staff. And again, Lane has been involved in all these tight ball games. They've lost a game 3-2 and won a game 3-2. So right now they're looking for 2 runs to win a game 3-2. Obviously, the Hawks looking to shut it down here as Jaden Hanna comes to the plate. Hanna shows the bunt, puts it up in the air. It's a chance to be caught. Diving try. It's touched in fair territory, and down to second base goes the runner. The pitcher, Bergdahl, dove after the baseball. He touched it in fair territory. It rolled foul, and down to first base goes the runner, Hanna. See if they call that a base hit. I believe they will. Yeah, an infield base hit as the diving try by Bergdahl couldn't come up with it. It goes into foul territory, and now runners at first and second for the Titans with no one out. Great effort by the pitcher as you see it on the replay. Just so close, extends fully, hit off the heel of his glove. It nearly hit the runner, but it would not have mattered if the ball had touched the runner since the ball had been touched by a fielder. So Bergdahl, with the great effort, unfortunately it ends up badly for him as the ball rolls into foul territory, and Lane has runners at first and second with nobody out in a 2-1 contest. There is action in the Hawks bullpen as getting ready is Carter Steele, the sophomore left-hander from Tacoma. Colin Price is going to come out and break up the conversation on the mound. I imagine they're going over what they want to do in each situation. Had a very creative way to try and pick off a runner the one time at first base, and it nearly worked. As Martin and Chamberlain came down the lines at first and third, and then the second baseman Elgin sneaks behind the runner and nearly picked him off one time, the Lane runner. Well, the Titans with runners at first and second, nobody out, top of the 8th inning here in game number 9 of the NWAC championships. Day number 3, we're halfway through in the days, and our last game will either be number 13 or 14. That will come Monday. Here's the pitch, and that fastball is inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Ortiz. Ortiz today, a couple of base hits. Single up the middle, single to left field, and he grounded out to Martin. So a 2 for 3 day for Ortiz right now. Third baseman Chamberlain moves up on the cut of the grass. Everybody else plays back. Here's the pitch. Swing, popped up, and it looks like it might be, no, it's not going to be an infield fly, as the left fielder is going to have to come in and make the catch. Hatch makes the catch. For a moment, looked like it might be an infield fly, but the shortstop, White, kept drifting back into shallow left field. Hatch finally calls him off for the first out of the inning. Ortiz unable to move the runners up with nobody out here in the top half of the 8th inning. Now bring the plate Rudinsky. Rudinsky is 0 for 3 today. First pitch to him is a fastball, misses low and away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Rudinsky. Grounded out in the first, grounded out in the third, reach base on a fielder's choice in the 6th. Runners with their leads. Now they'll keep the runner at second a little bit closer for us. Here's a pitch, swing. There goes the bat over the dugout, and the ball was fouled, and it hit our home plate umpire as well. So the foul tip hits the home plate umpire, and the bat sails over the Columbia Basin dugout. We'll get a couple of moments to let Colin Price recover as that went off his right wrist. And Connor White will talk to Bergdahl, but again, the bat flies out of the hands of the hitter Rudinsky and flies over the third base dugout. You'll see it here from the camera shot on the first base line. There's the swing. There goes the bat. And fortunately, he did not hit anybody. But again, the foul tip caught Colin Price. So after Price says he's ready to go, he will step back in. Count on Rudinsky is 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners at first and second for Lane, which trails by a single run. Bergdahl from the stretch. Here comes a pitch. That bounces up the plate, and a nice stop there by White. Quickly scooted to his right, backhanded the baseball, not allowing the runners to move up. So Forrest quickly gets back to second base, and White, big play right there. Won't show up in the books, but it's a big play. So the count 2 balls and a strike now on Rudinsky. Here's a pitch. Again, it's outside and low for ball 3. So now a hitter's count on for Rudinsky as it's 3 balls and 1 strike for the Lane catcher. Now goes another kid out into the dugout bullpen for the Hawks. And the count 3-1 on Rudinsky. Here's a pitch, misses outside, ball 4. Was not close on any of those last pitches, and so down to first base goes Rudinsky. Second walk of the inning. Forrest down to third, handed down to second, and Rudinsky at first. For Bergdahl, his second walk of the afternoon, again both coming in this inning, and I'll bring to the plate the left fielder, Sakamoto. Here's the first pitch to him, and he takes a pitch inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Colton Sakamoto. 1-run game. The tying run is at third. The go-ahead run at second. 2-1, Hawks on top of the Titans. From the stretch, Bergdahl's ready. It's inside again, off the glove of White, but again, he's quickly on top of it. And the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Bergdahl is consistently missing inside on Sakamoto. When Rudinsky was up, he was missing outside, so he's throwing it on the left-hand batter's box, and he's just been unable to bring it in, and he's now behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Till this inning started, he had been wonderful. He retired the first 5 batters he had faced. Now, here in the 8th inning, he has only gotten 1 out, and the bases are full. Columbia Basin leading 2-1, top of the 8th inning, 1 out, but Lane with the sacks jammed, looking to tie, perhaps take the lead. Sakamoto ready. Here's a 2-0 pitch, and he's taking all the way, and it's at the belt for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Colton Sakamoto. Sakamoto for the Titans. A freshman, and he takes the next pitch, and it misses for ball 3. So you feel the tension rising here now as the count goes to 3-1 on Colton Sakamoto. Ball 4, and this ball game is tied. Bergdahl is ready from the stretch. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And the count goes full now on Colton Sakamoto. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nowhere to put him. See what happens here. As Sakamoto steps back in. Bergdahl ready. 3-2 pitch. Swing. Fouled back to the screen. The count stays full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Lane's been involved in 2 one-run decisions so far by identical 3-2 scores. Lost their opener 3-2 and won their game yesterday by a score of 3-2, but that took 10 innings. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Sakamoto goes down. Big strikeout for Bergdahl as he records his 4th strikeout of the ball game, and now it'll be up to Mulcahy to do something with 2 outs. Needs some baseballs for Colin Price, so he'll get a new set there, and Mulcahy will step in. Mulcahy today has a 1-for-3 afternoon going on. He grounded into a double play in the 2nd, singled to center in the 4th, and struck out swinging in the 6th. So he's 0-for-1 against Bergdahl here this afternoon. Bases loaded in a 2-1 ball game. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Bergdahl took a little bit off that pitch, and Mulcahy comes up empty. No balls, 1 strikes on Bryce Mulcahy. Steps out of the box. Now he'll step back in. Bergdahl continues to work from the stretch, even with the bases loaded. Now he'll step off the rubber. Obviously a critical point of the ball game here with a 1-run lead for the home-standing Hawks. But the base is full. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing. Hit into shallow center field. The long run. It'll fall for a base hit. It'll pick up 1 run. Here comes a throw to the plate. Sliding in safely. And Lane's on top by a score of 3-2. Hannah scores on the slide on the 2-out bloop single by Bryce Mulcahy. He gets 2 runs batted in on the single, and Lane retakes the lead at 3-2. Forrest scores easily from third as that ball just dropped in front of Hawley. He had no chance, and sliding in safe at home is Hannah, and the lead goes back to the Titans at 3-2. Down at second base now is Rudinsky, and at first is Bryce Mulcahy. McDonald comes to the plate, 7th batter this inning. First pitch is high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Lane's number 7 hitter, McDonald. McDonald, the designated hitter this afternoon, is 0-for-1. 0-for-2 rather. Reached base on a walk. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball swing popped up foul territory near the stands and will end up in the stands. And it's strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Jimmy McDonald. So 2-run single for Mulcahy with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. And Lane has retaken the lead by a score of 3-2. McDonald steps back in. Infield plays back deep. Bergdahl from the stretch. Runners with their lead. Here's a pitch. Taking all the way. It's called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on McDonald. McDonald readjusts his batting gloves. Takes a look down at the third base coach. Now he'll step back in. Bergdahl trying to avoid further damage as his team is now behind. Bergdahl from the stretch, looks back to second. Here's the pitch, curveball, looked like it slipped out of his hand as misses high. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In a 3-2 ball game, Lane on top. Bergdahl in relief of Mulderig. Now is the pitcher of record for Columbia Basin. Here comes the pitch, swing and fouled away. And the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mulderig went the first 5 1/3 innings, allowed just 1 run on 6 hits. And Bergdahl's come in relief and given up 2 base hits as well. But 2 runs and responsible for 2 more at the moment. Bergdahl from the stretch. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing, hit down the left field line, slicing foul. The count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes on McDonald. In 2 more games this afternoon. Next one set to start at 2:05. Another losers out game featuring Tacoma and Everett. Then a winners game at 5:35 tonight here at Story Field. In Story Field used for numerous baseball teams here. LCC obviously the main user of the field. Bergdahl ready. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball hit up the first baseline. That's foul. But in less than a week, the semi-pro team, Cal's Black Bears, will start their 30-game schedule here, their home schedule. That starts, I believe, next Thursday. And then we also have Legion games that are played here, Babe Ruth games played here, Babe Ruth World Series games played here. In fact, in 2018, this field will be the host for the 2018 15-year-old Babe Ruth World Series. Bergdahl ready. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Swing, fouled away again. McDonald fighting off the pitches, forcing Bergdahl to waste more energy. Again, there is a man down in the Basin bullpen, CBC bullpen, has been warming up for a while. Fortunately for him, the shade now starting to drift into left field, and he's out of the sun on a day where it's probably in the mid to upper 70s by now. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it hit him. McDonald couldn't get away from the pitch, and it hits him on the backside, and he'll go on down to first base. Mulcahy down to second, and over to third goes Rudinsky, and that might be it for Bergdahl. Looked like he has hit the end of the road, and he will be pulled. So we have 2 outs here in the top half of the 8th inning. Your score, Lane 3, Columbia Basin 2. We'll be back in just a moment.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
Hello, welcome to How to PSU. In today's quick session, we're going to answer some common questions about transferring to PSU. The key things to remember are: apply early, use our online resources, and advisors are your friend.
Back here now at Lower Columbia College, here in Longview, Washington, the NWAC Baseball Championships continue. Gavin Baker is the new pitcher for Columbia Basin. Baker, the freshman from Bellevue, and he will come in relief of Bergdahl. Bergdahl goes 2 1/3 innings. Right now has allowed 2 runs on 2 hits, walked 2, and struck out 4. So Baker comes in for his 19th appearance of the year with a record of 3-0, 2.1 ERA. Left-handed thrower, and he'll try and get out of the jam here as 8th batter to the plate for the inning here for the Titans is Cazares. There you take a look there at the backside of Baker, and Cazares steps in. Bases full, Lane leading now by a score of 3-2, and the first pitch to Cazares is called strike 1. Cazares is 0 for 2 today. He walked in the second, and his other 2 at bats he has struck out. Looking to at least put the ball in play here and make the defense for the Hawks make the play. No balls, 1 strike on Cazares. Baker ready. Here comes the pitch. Fastball upstairs. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Cazares. 227 batting average for Cazares, 14 RBIs, no home runs on the season. But again, Lane does not have a lot of power. They win their games by pitching and defense. And right now, up by 1. Here comes the next pitch. That curveball, inside corner, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cazares. Again, Lane now involved in its 3rd consecutive 3-2 game. Let's see if it ends out that way or what's going to happen. See what the baseball gods decide here. Count is 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swing, fouled back to the screen. And the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. That pitch up in the eyes of Cazares. He's hacking all the way and sends it back to the screen. Game had a good pace early in the ball game. I think about an hour in, we're in the 5th inning. It's taking about an hour now to play the next 2 innings. Pace has really slowed down. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing, popped up behind home plate, and it looks like the catcher White's going to have a play. Reaches up, makes the catch for the final out of the inning. But Lane reclaims the lead as it scores a couple of runs on 2 base hits. There were no errors and 3 runners left on base. After 7.5, it's Lane 3, Columbia Basin 2.
Nestled within tall trees and beautiful buildings, Pierce College has established itself as a national leader in improving student success. With 2 main campuses in Puyallup and Fort Steilacoom, and satellite campuses on Joint Base Lewis-McChord, Pierce College strives to create quality educational opportunities to help students realize their possibilities. As we celebrate 50 years in the community, Pierce College is proud to offer more than 60 programs of study with a fit for you, your life, your schedule, and your dream. Find your path, start at Pierce College today, and realize your possibilities. Visit pierce.ctc.edu.
Bottom of the 8th we go, and for the Hawks it'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, as looks like we've got a new pitcher for Lane, as Croson is going to be done after 7 innings of play. He allowed 1 run on, see how many hits did he give up? No, he gave up 5 hits. Yep, 5 hits and 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. Who in the game for Lane is Jalen Furman, a sophomore from Idaho Falls, and the first pitch is 1 ball. So Furman in for the Lane Titans. And here's the next pitch. That fastball swing popped up to shallow left center field. Moving on over is the center fielder Forrest. He reaches up, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Forrest has been busy in this ball game. I think he's got 8 or 9 putouts. 1 in the first, 2 more in the third, 1 in the fourth, 5, 6, 7. That's his 8th putout of the ball game. You take a look at him there, as Forrest has been busy here this afternoon. 8 putouts in the ball game. That'll bring to the plate Hawley. Hawley looking for his first base hit of the ball game. And Furman's first pitch to him is strike 1. Jalen Furman, a sophomore, as I mentioned, from Idaho Falls, Idaho. Give you his stats here in just a moment. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That fastball, outside corner, strike two. Furman, 1-0 in the year. He's appeared in 18 games. He has one save, an ERA of 1.27. On the year, he has walked 18 and struck out 13, so that's not a good ratio. Here's the next pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Works out there as Hawley goes waving after that pitch, and he's the first strikeout victim of Furman here this afternoon. So 2 up, 2 down for the Hawks, and it'll be up to Gabe Tolrud to try and keep the inning going. Tolrud today is 0 for 3. Popped up to the second baseman, flied out to fourth and center, and grounded out to the second baseman as well. Furman's first pitch is a fastball, misses, ball one. Furman spells his name F-U-H-R-I-M-A-N. Jalen Furman. He'll work from the stretch with no one on the bases. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, way outside for ball two. Completely way outside. Halfway down the left-handed batter's box. Well, Furman behind in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. From the stretch, here comes the pitch. Fastball, taking all the way, and a little bit low, ball three. Third baseman Lovecamp protecting the line. First baseman doing the same way. Ortiz doing the same thing. Ortiz. Defense playing him straight away. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. That fastball taking all the way. Strike one. 3 balls and 1 strike on Tolrud. 3-2, Lane on top as it scored 2 runs here in the top of the 8th inning, looking to keep its season alive. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Fastball swing, popped up towards center field. Forrest is there, looks up, breaks the catch for out number 3, and Columbia Basin is retired here in the 8th inning. For the Hawks, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After 8, Lane 3, Columbia Basin 2.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Before there could be a nation, there had to be people willing to fight for it, to take on the world's greatest challenges, whatever they might be. So the U.S. Army masters not only tactics and strategy, but also physics and chemistry. We make battle plans and create breakthroughs in medicine, science, and engineering. Our next mission could be anything, so we prepare for everything.
Take a look there at the sunshine here at Story Field over one of the light poles. Spectacular day here in Longview as we have the first of 3 baseball games here at the NWAC Baseball Championships. The Titans sent up 8 batters in the 8th inning and scored 2 runs. Lovecamp was due up, but he's going to be replaced here by, does it look like number 6? Couldn't see the number. It is 6? Okay, Tim Storms will step in, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. So Storms will pinch hit for Lovecamp here in the top half of the 9th inning, a 3-2 lead for the Lane Titans. Here comes the pitch from Baker. Swing, fouled away, and out of play, and the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Storms, his first appearance today, freshman from Caldwell, Idaho. Down on the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter. Steps back in. Here comes 1-2 pitch. And that pitch is a little bit low. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Storm. Storm 192 batting average this season. No home runs. 5 RBIs. Baker, the third pitcher for the Columbia Basin Hawks, throws it just past the hitter Storms, and he strikes out for the first out here in the 9th inning of play. For Baker, first strikeout of the afternoon, 8th strikeout for the staff for Columbia Basin, but they still trail by a score of 3-2. Back top of the order for the Titans and Hank Forrest. Forrest scored the tying run in the top of the 8th, swings at the first pitch, pops it up, shallow center field. Holly looking up into the sky, shades his eye, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Well, Holly makes the catch, and quickly there's 2 outs for Lane here in the top half of the 9th inning, and Jaden Hanna will step to the plate. Hanna today has a couple of base hits. The Titans with 8 on the ball game, and Hanna the one right now that has the go-ahead run. Right now, if that's the way it ends, he scores the winning run, but at the moment, he's got the go-ahead run. First pitch to him. He's taking all the way, strike 1. So the other 2 at bats, he popped out to the second baseman and then popped out to Holly in center field. No balls, 1 strike on Hanna. Here's the pitch. It's outside and low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hanna steps back in. Left-hander versus left-hander, as Baker is the left-handed pitcher. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jaden Hanna. He keeps it alive. Ortiz awaits on deck. 3-2 Lane, top of the 9th, 2 outs. If you're looking ahead for Columbia Basin, Martin, Elgin, and White are due up. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Hawks. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. It's outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Hanna. Lane came in with the 11th RPI ranking, but they are doing a good job. Very good job. The only South team left here at the tournament. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Hanna fans, and the inning is over. For Lane in the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no left on base. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Your score, Lane 3, Columbia Basin 2.
My name is Surya Viswanathan, and I'm an Associate of Arts Intercultural and International Studies student.
I came to Douglas for the baseball program. I had no clue what I wanted to study, but I wanted to play baseball, I knew that. So when I came to Douglas, I joined the Student Ambassador program, and I met some key individuals who actually helped shape my future. With their mentorship and guidance, I realized that I wanted to be a diplomat for the United Nations. So I know there's a lot of pressure into becoming a diplomat, but I feel I'm ready for that because Douglas has prepared me. It's given me the tools I need for my future.
Look, baseball's a numbers game. A 570-foot home run at age 15, 31 homers in 66 games, first front cover at 16, #1 overall draft pick, majors at 19. Over 100 home runs is 34. On-base percentage of 340, then 368, then 460. Four-time All-Star, beating 9.2 million ballots, 30 out of 30 MVP votes, chasing 762, 4256, 2297, 3562. You're 220 at age 23. 597, But kid, just remember, no number sounds as good as this.
We are here back at the bottom of the 9th inning as Lane Titans trying to hold on for another 3-2 win as Lane leading 3-2 as we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Martin, Elgin, and White are due up for Columbia Basin. And check that, we're going to have a pinch batter as Martin is going to be replaced here. And it'll be Jared Wade. Jared Wade will bat for Martin to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning. We get that all taken care of. Wade with number 2 on his back. And he'll step on in. Right-handed hitter, again a sophomore. He's from Marysville. He'll replace Martin in the lineup. And here's the first pitch from Furman. Swing, bounce up the first base line, and it'll roll foul. No balls and a strike on Jared Wade. I'd be remiss if we did not wish our ace staff announcer Jim DeBruler a happy birthday. His 29th birthday again. We're not sure how many times he celebrated his 29th, but happy birthday to Jim. He's not here today, so he'll get the day off. Well-deserved day off. He'll be back tomorrow, though. Furman is ready. Wade steps back in. Here's the pitch. Fastball swing. Fly ball left center field. Moving back on the ball is the center fielder Forrest. He is short of the warning track. Makes the catch for the first out. So Forrest once again credited with a put out as he goes back to left center field. Makes the grab just short, I believe, of the warning track. And he pulls that back in. Yep, just a couple steps short. And that's the first out here for Columbia Basin here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. That'll bring to the plate McLean Elgin. Elgin, a single and a run scored on a 1-for-3 day. First pitch to him. Swing, fly ball hit the left field. Back on the ball, moving to his left now is Sakamoto. He reaches up, and that's the second out of the inning. And now it's season-ending time for the Hawks as Connor White somehow has to get on base, or the season is going to end for the Columbia Basin Hawks. The Hawks, the East #1 team with a 35-14 record, trailing Lane by a score of 3-2 as White comes to the plate. Furman's first pitch to him is well outside and low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on White. White is 0 for 2 today, a couple of flyouts to Hank Forrest and an intentional base on balls. Furman from the stretch. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball, that's downstairs, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on White. Zeb Chamberlain awaits on deck for the Hawks. But White has to get on or the season is done for Columbia Basin. Furman trying to shut the door. Here's a pitch, and he's taking all the way, and it's called strike 1. Get a good look there at Colin Price as he points for strike number 1. 2 balls and a strike down White. Furman ready. A wind in the delivery, and it's low and outside for ball 3. The count goes to 3-1 on White. Again, obviously, Furman does not want to give him a great pitch to hit, but he doesn't want him on base either because he's a tying run. Here comes the 3-1 pitch, and that's well outside ball 4. So White draws his second walk of the ball game. For Furman, that is his first walk of the afternoon, and Zeb Chamberlain is due up for the Hawks, and we'll have a pinch runner for White at first base. Evan Sather will run for White as he will check in. So Sather is in. He'll pinch run for White, and now he's at first base. So the tying run at first base, and Zeb Chamberlain will come to the plate. Chamberlain's had a couple of base hits here this afternoon for Columbia Basin. The sophomore from Tenino looking for his third base hit to keep the inning going, and perhaps the season. Furman from the stretch, first pitch, fastball, outside corner, strike 1. No balls and a strike on Chamberlain. Chamberlain a single in the 3rd, and a single and an RBI in the 7th, which at the time gave the lead back to Columbia Basin. But now they're down by a run, 3-2. Furman from the stretch. Long pause. Now comes home with a pitch. That fastball catches the edge again for strike 2. And it's down to game time and season time for the Hawks as Chamberlain finds himself down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Sather takes his lead at first base, held on there by Ortiz. We'll see if he goes. He does not. Pitch wasted. Throw down to first base. Sliding back safely is Sather at first. Quick snap throw from Rudinsky. Ortiz was ready and expecting it was Sather, and he dives back in safely. So the count of 1 ball and 2 strikes on Chamberlain. Again, Furman from the stretch. Very deliberate. Looks back to first. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. Strike 3, and the ball game is over. Chamberlain fans and the Hawks are eliminated here from the 2017 NWAC Baseball Championships. For Columbia Basin, in the bottom half of the 9th inning, no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Your final score, again, Lane for the 3rd time here in the tournament, a 3-2 final, and this time for the 2nd time in the tournament, the Lane Titans end up winning by a score of 3-2. Winning pitcher today, Austin Croson, as he goes 7 innings in the ballgame. Furman picks up the save. He goes 2 innings today, and the losing pitcher will be Austin Bergdahl. So Lane, now 28-20, will play tomorrow. Again, unsure as to what time. They will play either Walla Walla or Lower Columbia, and then obviously the determination as to when they will play will come after the 5:30 game here tonight. So Columbia Basin sent home. Its season ends with a record of 35-15. The East #1 team sent home by the South #2 team, and Lane will live on for another day. Our next broadcast will be at 2:05. We'll go down on the field. I'm not sure if that works through our system or not, but Kirk Rowland on the field, and I believe he's with Mulcahy. He is. But we don't hear him because he didn't turn the mic on.
Much, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. We have Bryce Mulcahy with us, and someday they'll call you Father Mulcahy, and you'll know what that reference is all about. But right now, it's about a clutch hit, and you came up with it today, the big 2-run single to give your team. Talk about the at-bat. I know it wasn't a screaming liner, but it sure looked good in the book, didn't it?
Didn't try to do anything too special, just try to put the ball in play, and good things will happen.
Boy, I guess clutch hitting's been key for you guys all season long, right?
Oh, yeah, our pitchers always keep us in the game, so never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, talk about your pitching today, because to hold a good Columbia Basin team down to just 2 runs and 5 hits, that's pretty good.
Oh, man, Crow did a spectacular job, and Jalen did a really good job coming in and shutting the door.
Well, it's survival time at this point, isn't it? And I know you guys aren't done. You want to keep playing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is the best thing to do. I don't have any much more fun anywhere else.
Not a better way to spend your Memorial Day weekend than keep playing baseball. The Lane Titans are doing so. Thanks, Bryce.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Bryce Mulcahy, you hear him there as he comes up with the game-winning hit at 2-out single, or 2-out single in the top of the 8th, scoring Forrest and Hannah, and Lane eliminates Columbia Basin by a score of 3-2. Our next broadcast was set for 2:05. They go about 45 minutes between games, so the next game will probably start about 2:30. That will feature Tacoma and Everett. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And again, your final score here this afternoon in game number 9 of the NWAC Baseball Championships, Lane 3 and Columbia Basin College 2. So long, everyone.